La final se juega en Roma y todavía nadie ha conseguido ganar a la selección vaticana.
Corre, Simón, que ya tenemos 5 balones.
Esto no está bien, Ramón.
El colegio de pago será por balones.
¡Cabrones! ¡No centráis! ¡No os dé ilusión!
If you're gonna play the game, you gotta act the part. Howdy, my name is Anna Renfro. I'm your host, joined by my co-host and boyfriend, Hunter.
How's it going?
Today, we are discussing the film Holy Goalie, which is actually our first international film. In Spanish, it is called Que baje Dios y lo vea. Released in 2017, this film centers on monks living in a small rural monastery who face it being transformed into a hotel due to a lack of income. A newcomer monk convinces them that their only chance is to learn soccer or football and try to win the Champions Claret tournament in Vatican City, according to IMDb. So currently on IMDb, Holy Goalie sits at a 5.3 out of 10. Not so stellar. Hunter, what do you think?
So I think Benchwarmers, I gave Benchwarmers a 2 in terms of sports accuracy. This is like a 0.5. This is, I don't think I can actually go lower than a 0.5 simply for the essence that they play sports. Like, they play a sport technically. I mean, the games themselves, for a movie that's supposed to be about, not necessarily about, but includes soccer as one of, like, its main themes, there's probably maybe 6 minutes of soccer footage in the entire thing. They never play on a regulation size field. The field are always like the size of like an end zone, maybe. They're all like the 4/5 of a actual regulation soccer field. All the kicks are just very, I don't want to say dainty, but they're all just kind of just soft little kicks. I mean, even their penalty kicks, they took their penalty kicks just standing there, just kicked it in. It was you could tell definitely the soccer was a supplementary thing. It was not their focus.
I want to say this film was centered on anything but sports, mostly on their like life surrounding their religion, of course. Definitely sports was an afterthought for this, but aside from that, I think a lot of the like personal subplots that we did like come to learn and experience, they weren't so bad actually. Like, I kind of like enjoyed this film. Like, this was a sports film I didn't have to watch in 2 sittings, you know. So for that, I would give it like a 6.
Yeah, I just really felt like they were really speedrunning the entire plot the whole time.
Yeah, for only like an hour 30 film, you can definitely only cover so much.
They were cramming. You could tell they were like, every chance they get, they were fitting someone. Like, even their first game, like, they didn't even have a like show of practice, and they were like, oh, we're playing our first game, and I was like, it was just like, that's the only thing.
And then they rise to like second after their second game.
Yeah, and then they go on and like, listen, I'm all for a good underdog story, and I don't know how because the Clericus Cup is like an actual thing. It hasn't happened since 2019 because of COVID, so I don't know if they're trying to bring it back or what's going on there. But like, European countries, soccer is a very big deal, and so like to take a bunch of guys who have never played soccer and you're just like, we're going to rise to the top and compete for a championship. No. You're going to get smoked by like 9 points every game. Just because some of those people have probably been playing soccer their entire life, and it's just how it is. It would be like, let's say you found out your college, your small liberal arts college in the middle of nowhere in America, just found out that they're about to go under, and the only way to have them not is if you win a national championship in football, Division 1, and then you go out and you beat Georgia in the national championship. It's just so, like, yeah, I mean, again, it's a fun, like, David and Goliath that I think I would have believed more in if it would actually seen more soccer, but it kind of just felt like they just randomly overnight said, oh yeah, we're good. And then, like, the bribing the goalie thing was just random, it felt like.
Yeah, so I think really where the film went wrong for me is just where they placed their priorities, like, story-wise. Like, again, for such, like, a sports film, like, it was entirely not centered on that. There were a lot of subplots going on. There was Father Salvador, who, like, frankly is the first character that we're introduced to, and I didn't even, like, get to know his name or, like, really remember it until, like, 3/4 into the film. There's this huge subplot with one of the younger monks, one of the hot monks, should I say, named Simon, and, like, his childhood crush, Sarah, who he ends up, like, leaving. The monastery for.
Yeah, I feel like Simone and Sarah's, like, subplot, I feel like I would have rather watched an entire movie of that than, like, I feel like I would have much rather watched, like, a movie about a monk who is, like, questioning his faith because he has feelings for this girl he's known his entire life, and, like, seeing him deal with that. That was really the only part of the movie I really felt like I actually cared about.
A lot of the humor it included was, like, pretty low brow, and just focuses on, like, oh my gosh, look at these monks being crude. I didn't know Catholics could do that.
Yeah, it was really more about, like, and then, like, even, like, the representation of, like, higher up, like, cardinals, or, like, the
making deals.
Yeah, well, no, even that, the Cardinals is, like, the father's son and Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's like, what? No, a Cardinal would never say
even
that.
Within, like, the first 15 minutes, it's like Father Salvador literally mooning, like, the bishop and everyone.
Yeah.
Just because he's pissed off.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's very, I feel like it's very lowbrow in, like, the sense that they had to, like, meet, like, a TV rating. Because, like, I feel like if you had to do lowbrow, I feel like that's what Benchwarmers did better. Just because it was more, like, it was like a half-assed attempt at lowbrow humor, it felt like.
Yeah, like, if you're just gonna do it, might as well go full in.
Commit to the bit, yeah.
Benchwarmers wasn't rated high by critics either, but...
Yeah, but I feel like...
It lives on in the hearts of many.
And it definitely made me laugh a lot more than this did. Because, again, it felt like Benchwarmers, at least... They knew what their, like, goal was in terms of comedy, and they were sticking to it, and they were gonna, like, and so they were gonna go fully commit, put all their chips in, and it felt like this movie just kind of, like, the way I would describe it is they had a bunch of jokes they knew they wanted to put in, and they just plugged them in the movie wherever they wanted, and they did the same thing with the plot too.
I have to say, yeah, I have to gotta give them a little bit of a bonus. At least it didn't start with a funeral this time. That is unfortunately...
Which would probably be the most, like, I don't know, maybe the most, like, on brand for this, considering it's a movie about monks and religion, so, yeah. But, yeah, no, we dodged a funeral, so...
That is true, though. I mean, like, other than that, like, it was honestly pretty interesting, like, to watch this film in Spanish.
It was fun.
Maybe, like, a few years down the line, maybe this will be like, oh, the Spanish sports classic. But to be honest, I don't really know how many, like, non-American sports films, like, really make it to the main stage anyways.
I feel like a big staple for American sports movies is definitely football, because it's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of team plots there. There's a lot of, like, self-improvement plots going on there. But yeah, I don't know, like, what the market is for, like, Spanish sports movies or even just European sports movies in general. But no, this was definitely, like, I mean, it wasn't one that it's not a movie I would recommend anyone or watch again probably. But I mean, it definitely was fine.
I would have to say it's one step in the right direction for us to watch something that neither of us have seen, and that's not an American film.
Whoops.
I don't know. Soon enough, I hope we can I guess do maybe a multi-part series on, like, a TV show or something, but not that, like, a lot of places make enough shows that are short enough, like, for our given
And that aren't
criteria.
documentaries.
Yeah. Well,
That's
there's
the
a
hardest part
lot
about
of
this.
sports documentaries.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of this, is finding strictly fiction. If you're looking to watch a soccer movie...
If you're looking to watch something different.
Yeah, if you're looking to watch a soccer movie, not this one. If you're looking for just kind of a fun, kind of haha movie, maybe, you'll get like 1 or 2 chuckles out of it probably, and other than that, it's fine. Again, the Simone and Sarah subplot was my favorite part.
Oh, yeah, no, hands down, I agree with you. Well, overall, I would definitely agree with you, though. I'd say this is kind of just like a just fine film. But other than that, that's all we have for this week. We will see y'all next week. But just remember, if you're going to play the game, you gotta act the part. I'm Anna Renfro, your host. I've been joined by Hunter, my boyfriend and co-host. And we'll see y'all next week.